Patty, Helen, I don't know who else is here. Michelle, I'm going to make you a co-host. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to make you co-host in case my internet goes down or something.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Patty's kitty cat. And today we are actually recording. Just going to wait for a few more people to come. There's someone in the waiting room. Jane says she's trying to get on. Is there anyone in the waiting room?
I don't see anybody. Sorry, Judy.
Hang on, I'm going to see if I can just drop the link in the chat here for Jane. Okay, hopefully she will see that link and join us. Okay, ladies, let's get started. We've got nine of us here so far. And I am so grateful that you're here. I know today is Remembrance Day. It was a kind of a tough decision to do this course or to do this workshop. What, Rosanna? Yeah, it was a tough decision to do this workshop over these last few days because I knew today was Remembrance Day, and I understand that some people might be at ceremonies or, you know, might be taking the day off. So I appreciate you being here. Today's session is being recorded, so whoever's not here, they can catch the replay. Unfortunately, yesterday I screwed up. I forgot to hit record, but whoever was here got it firsthand, and plus I'll be posting highlights anyway. So all good, all good. But that's one of those things. We talked about the whole perfectionist thing, and I'm not going to beat myself up. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so upset. And then I thought, you know what? Make mistakes. Just learn from them and move on, right? Okay. So today being Remembrance Day, ladies, I figured that we should just pause for a moment of silence, just to honor the men and women who died defending our country so that we could be free. So for a minute, I've already heard the planes flying over my house, and it's absolutely beautiful. All right. If you wish, bow your head, and we'll just pause for a moment of silence for 1 minute. Thank you, ladies. More ladies joining us. I see Christina. Hi, Christina. Oh, Lois. Share my screen again. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Okay, good. All right, ladies. Again, thank you for joining us, for joining me on this day. This is day 3 of the challenge. And I gotta say, it has just been so heartwarming and just emotional for me, just spending this time with you ladies and seeing the transformation. I love what's happening in the group, like on the challenge days. You ladies are completely engaged and you're sharing so authentically. And I know that yesterday's challenge was a challenge and they were amazing. I was just watching these videos and it was awesome to see you guys just sharing. And it's like, I just love that this is like a safe space for you ladies to share. So before we begin, I just want to get some feedback on how did it make you feel? Like what came up? What were you resisting? What did you have to let go in order to post your video? Now we can make this, if you want to come off mute, it's kind of hard for me to see the chat. So if anyone wants to, if you want to raise your hand, and then Michelle, whoever, you keep an eye on whoever raises their hand. You guys know how to raise your hand? There's that little icon at the bottom. Or if you just want to wave. I want to find out, like, what came up? What were your thoughts? What were you resisting? I see someone, oh, I'm not sure who that is. It says iPhone. Can I unmute you?
I think it's Shari. Is that correct?
It's Lynn.
Oh, it's Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
Yeah.
We can't see you.
No, I'm driving in my car.
Oh, okay. Good girl.
Wow, like yesterday was crazy. I had to watch a couple before I felt like I was sure enough that I could do my own. And once you start talking, it just sort of comes out. So afterwards, I was like, wow, I just did that. And then I didn't think about it. I just kept watching everybody else's and going, instead of comparing myself, like normally I'd be like, oh my God, my story is nothing compared to these women. I was so inspired. And I was like, I said something, and maybe there is something that one person can hear. And it's amazing because I took so much from all of the things that everybody else was saying. The stories blew me away. And so it was a very inspiring day. And I think that's what gave me the strength to do it.
That's awesome. And your story, I got a lot from everyone's story. And do you remember how yesterday I talked about how one of the mistakes that we make when we're thinking about telling our story is that we think our story isn't good enough. And you can't think that. Your story is very unique to you. And Len, I mentioned in my comments that I completely identified with that story because I talked about how I didn't make it into the canine unit. And that was the best thing that never happened to me because it set me on a completely different path and it helped me to discover my purpose and my mission. So there's a lot of people now who they're out of a job because they've been fired or they just can't work or for whatever, they're tired of their job and they're looking to, leave the corporate world and start a business or boost up their side hustle. And your story is going to help people like that. So trust me, there's going to be more than one person who really connects with that story. Great. Okay, anyone else? What came up for you? What were you resisting? What did you have to let go? Helen.
Hey there. For me, I'm the opposite of Lynn. She watched some. I didn't watch any. I just sort of wrote my script out. And at the top of my script, I wrote down, yes, I'm good enough. Yes, I have value. And it's time to share.
Yes. Beautiful. That's great. So positive messaging.
Mm-hmm.
I am statements. That's what you got to do. And your story was, and you just speak so clearly. You're such a good speaker.
Thank
I gotta
you.
have you on my TV show.
We'll talk.
Yes, for sure.
I just want to make another comment with the I am statements. What I've done for myself is I've got this book. It's about 100 different file cards. And on each card, there's 5 different, 5 different statements. And sometimes when I'm feeling low or confused or frustrated, I just open it up and read a couple to myself. On this page, I say, I'm optimistic, I am hopeful, I am confident, I am healthy, I am wealthy. Just things to make you take a pause and remind yourself of the value that's you.
Beautiful. If you say it enough times, you're going to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that positive messaging. Erin says, love that. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, one more person. What came up? What were you resisting? What did you have to let go of? How did you feel posting a video? Marty.
I'm new to this Zoom thing, so I didn't know where the little hand symbol was.
Okay.
I had to get outside of my, like, nobody cares what I have to say, you know. Mine was menopause, and I wrote it first yesterday afternoon, and when I timed myself, I was like 1 minute and 30 seconds. So then I watched a few other people, and I went, oh crap, I have to redo this. So then I think I did it too long, but once I started to go, it was just kind of easier. Like, it just kind of came out. I had my points on my wall, and probably talked too long, but I did it.
That's awesome. Great. And you know, it's that perfectionist mindset, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I gotta watch everyone else and I gotta do perfectly, because for some reason we always think that everyone else is doing it perfectly, so we have to be perfect the same way. But you just do your thing, and you can really talk yourself out of it. I'm going to share a quick story. So when I told you yesterday that I've spoken on 2 One Woman Fearless International stages. At the second time I went, like the first time was great. The speakers were all absolutely amazing, and that one was in Kitchener, Ontario. The second one was in Ottawa. Totally different caliber of women, and we're talking like women who are like high up in the corporate ladder. They're like 7-figure business owners, and I'm just like, oh my god. And I was, at the end of the day, I hate being last or near the end. I rather be within the top 3 to just get it done and over with. And I knew that this was going to happen. Waiting around all day listening to all these stories, my confidence just went from here to here to here to here to here. Oh my goodness, I was freaking out. And it was really scary because I've never, like, I was having a major panic attack. Like, that's not something I do. So it really freaked me out. And a friend of mine, she came with me that day, and she does like hypnosis and EFT and all that stuff. I probably about half an hour before I had to go on, it was, I don't know, about 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon, major breakdown. Like, uncontrollable, crying. She had to, like, she pulled me aside into, this was at a hotel, so she took me into this one hotel room. And she was doing all these different exercises with me because I was just spinning. It was so weird. And then it got worse because I didn't know what was happening, because that's just not something, it's not a reaction I would normally have to anything, right? So, and then she had me, like, she's saying, okay, I am, like, I want you to repeat after me. I am this, I am that. Couldn't even say it. I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe I was worthy. And that belief, it paralyzed me. Like, I couldn't even speak the words. It was horrible. But she had me doing tapping and a whole bunch of different other things. And finally, I started to come around. And then I just got this sudden confidence and this strength. And then about 5 minutes later, my makeup was all a mess and stuff, but whatever, I didn't care. I went on that stage and I killed it. I had such a good response. I knew everything. I didn't forget. Like I thought I was going to forget, my whole talk. I just killed it. But it's just amazing how powerful our minds are. And it's amazing how what we say to ourselves, it really affects us. Like we don't realize how powerful our words are. I kept telling myself, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Like, oh my God, these women, listen to the stories. My story's not good enough. How can I top that? Blah, 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 blah. And then I changed the narrative in my head. And then I was like, oh man, like I can totally kill this. And I had the help of a friend. And I'm so grateful to her because if she wasn't there that day, I probably would have just left. I was freaking out so much. I was just like she snapped me out of it. Whatever was going on in my head, she snapped me out of it. And I went up there and just killed it. So your words have power. Okay. All right. So just a recap of yesterday. So yesterday we talked about which platform scares you the most to be visible on. We talked about owning that fear, acknowledging it, and doing it scared anyway, and getting comfortable with sharing your story, your mess, your mission, your moment. Right? Which you ladies did yesterday. And you've proven to yourself that you can do this. So day 3. So we're going to look at creating your 90-day visibility strategy game plan. But before we begin, we got to announce the winners for yesterday's most engaged. And so being fully engaged and participating in all challenges gives you a chance to win a free one-to-one business strategy coaching session with me, or a chance to win a free seat on my course, the Visibility Authority Accelerator, Unlocking the Secrets to Becoming a Six-Figure Lady Boss. You have to be engaged and participate in all 3 challenge assignments. And again, I'm only taking 20 women into this course because I want to be able to focus on you and give you enough one-on-one attention, that you deserve. Okay. And I want to make it a nice intimate setting. We're going to have a private Facebook group. There's going to be lots of support. Like you see the support that you're getting here in the Lady Boss community. It's going to be even more intimate in this program. So again, I'm only taking 20 women and it's valued at $19.97, but right now I'm offering this for $297. Okay, can you guys see the screen? I just switched screens. Perfect. All right, so are you ready to come out of hiding and be the face of your business so you can finally get more clients and make more money? Unlocking the secrets to becoming a 6-figure lady boss. So this program is for you if you know that the best way to grow your business is to be visible so that your ideal client knows you're there to buy from. If this business is for you if your lack of confidence and fear is preventing you from getting out there and making yourself known. You can't fully serve your clients and reach a wider audience if no one knows you're there. This program's for you if you don't know how to stand out and get noticed, if you don't know where to start, you don't know what's the best platform to have a presence on. This program's for you if all of this frustrates you because it's preventing you from reaching your ideal client and it's preventing your clients from finding you. Ultimately, it stops you from making the money that you could be making in your business. And this program's for you if you dream to make the money you desire, so you can have a business that serves you rather than a business that doesn't feed your soul. Okay, remember, your business got to serve you. And it's got to feed your soul. The good news is, starting now, you can generate the money you want and desire and design the life that you want simply by showing up and standing out. So your ideal client can see you and hear you through all the noise and pick you as the most logical choice. Introducing the Visibility Authority Accelerator. It's a 6-week live group program created to help you go from feeling fearful, uncertain, and a lack of confidence to be visible in your business and in front of your ideal client, to feeling empowered and able to communicate your message with confidence and clarity to your ideal client on any digital or live platform that will enable you to start increasing your income, enrolling clients, getting customers, and sales. I'm going to show you how I went from terrified to television and how the steps I implemented on that journey got me in front of my ideal client and helped me to scale my business to 6 figures within the first 3 years. And that is with the dog business. And I'm telling you, it was not easy to scale to 6 figures in the first 3 years when my clients pay $30 an hour for a walk. Okay. This is a low ticket point here. But I had so many clients and I was out there and people got to know, like, and trust me. I was able to scale that. Plus I built a team, and I talked about building my team and everything. So I'm going to show you all the secrets that helped me to scale to 6 figures. This program is definitely for you if you struggle with getting yourself out there and being seen in your business. If you're anything like me, it's likely that your fear and anxiety didn't start when you started the business. Without even knowing it, this fear and anxiety was created from past experiences, which are now showing up and preventing you from truly stepping in to your full power. Okay. And I've told you over the past few days, we've talked a lot about, my story, challenges I've gone through, how it's broken down my confidence, and that spilled over into even my business life. And it was a struggle just to speak up. And especially being in a male-dominated career for so long, it's a real struggle. I don't struggle as much now as I did years ago, because I've been in police service for 24 years. I'm definitely a lot more vocal, but I'm a lot more confident. But I was even pretty vocal when I first joined the police service. But being in a male-dominated field, that was an uphill battle for me because men did not like that. So it's been a struggle. But I realized when I was in business, I got to get myself out there. I had to take that leap and just do it. I wasn't going to let my fear and anxiety hold me back and keep me stuck. So over the 6 weeks, what you're going to learn is how to create and set up and optimize your social media platforms. Okay, so that they'll create raving fans ready to snatch at their wallets, ready to pay you. And how to create week 2, how to create cash generating live events on your social media platforms that will get you sales calls booked and people reaching out for more. Week 3, how to host a successful and engaging virtual meeting. Week 4, creating your own marketing machine to maximize your visibility. And week 5, we're going to talk about how to create a press release to let the media know what's happening in your business. And I like to emphasize this again. This is free advertising. It's free. And I really, I don't see a lot of people, a lot of business owners taking advantage of this. I don't even know if people know or even think, has anyone ever thought about doing this in their business? Yes, no, no. It's something that, like, it's so simple, and you got to capitalize on this. So what's included? You're going to have 5 live virtual lessons. So every week it's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. You get a live virtual lesson with me to teach you everything you need to know about getting noticed, visible, building your online presence, standing out as the authority in your industry. Okay, this is going to help you build and scale your business. You'll get 1 live hot seat coaching call, because I know you're going to have a lot of questions. So week number 6 will be the hot seat coaching call. You're going to have supporting content and templates. In addition to the live training, you're going to get free editable social media graphic templates created on Canva, and wording templates to use in your marketing and media when going live, creating a press release, hosting a virtual meeting. And you could start using this right away. And you're going to have the support of a private Facebook community. And you ladies know what that's like. I got the 2 bonuses, both valued at $4.97, self-care and mindset, and how to network like a boss. Now, self-care mindset, we talked about mindset on the first day. This is the foundation. This is building your business from the inside out, literally. Okay. Self-care in your mindset. If you don't have either one of these, you're not going to build a good business. So this is really important. I like to have this in every course. And how to network like a boss, right? Because you got to get out there. Networking, it's a lot of people get anxiety over networking. This will help you to get yourself out there and overcome that fear and anxiety around networking. Again, the investment is $297 Canadian. Okay. And we start, I don't know if I mentioned the date, we start December 2nd. Okay, so it's December 2nd. We start for 6 weeks. The only week we're going to take off is that week of Christmas, which I believe the day will be, it's going to be on Thursdays, and it's the 23rd, I believe. All right. Does anyone, these are the frequently asked questions about having direct access to me. It's going to be through the Facebook group. If you can't make a training date, everything's going to be recorded. And as far as like results, it's up to you. You got to do the work. You've heard me say that before. You got to do the work. If you don't do the work, you're not going to get results. Absolutely not. Okay. You just got to do the work. Does anyone have any questions about that? Any other questions, frequently asked questions that I may have missed? Just raise your hand. I can't see if anyone's raising their hand. Okay. So I know and understand the fear and uncertainty when it comes to putting yourself out there and showing up online. I also know that in order for people to buy from you, they need to know that you're there, and they need to understand why they should buy from you. I'm not going to tell you that it's a simple process that will happen overnight, because it's not. But the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and this program is the first step. I know the foundational blocks that I provide in this program are solid because I've done it. I started out terrified, worried, anxious, and paralyzed by fear. Then I implemented the strategies that I teach in this program into my life and my business, and went from zero presence to being leader in the community. I went from being afraid to speak in front of people to responding to requests to be a speaker at large events. Although our ultimate goals may be different, the foundation is still the same. I believe this course will make a huge difference for you. I believe it will transform you and your business for the better. And I know that transforming yourself and how you present yourself to the world will create shifts and positive change in other areas of your life, especially your business. You are a direct reflection of your business. Let me help you create and design a business where you stand out as the authority like no other in your industry. Great. Okay, so now we got to announce the winners of yesterday's Most Engaged are, once again, it's Lynn. I can't see. Lynn, are you there? Oh, there she is. The view that I have, it's like a little strip, so I got to cycle through it. Yes, and you don't want to win? I can see her now. You know what? I calculated everything late last night. I haven't looked this morning, but Lynn, if you don't want to win again, you are more than welcome to gift it to the next person. That's fine. It's up to you.
I would be more than happy to gift it to the next person.
Oh, okay.
Because there was so much engagement.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to take a quick look, because I don't know. This was my last count last night, and it's a combination. So I look at a combination between like the workshop and in the group. So that's how it's done. And the next person is Joanne. Joanne here? I can't see. Oh, yeah, she's there. Her camera's off. Hi, Joanne. All right, so you ladies win an Amazon gift card. So Lynn, I will let you know who the next runner-up is. Okay, and then you'll be able to gift it to that person. But I'll have to do that after. I can't do that right now. So congratulations, ladies. Oh, wait a minute. So Lynn and Helen, yesterday you guys won a Starbucks gift card. Did you receive that in your email? Let's see. Okay, right now I can see Helen. Did you receive that?
No, I did not.
No? Okay.
I'll take a look again and I'll confirm, but I don't think so.
Okay, because I sent it. What about you, Lynn?
I'm not sure because I never even checked my email,
Okay.
but
All
I'll
right.
check too.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let you
we'll
know.
look at that at the end of the day, but it has been sent. Okay. So today, the takeaways will be, you're going to determine where you and your business are right now in terms of visibility. You're going to decide where you want your business to be in a year, 2 years, or 5 years. Doesn't matter. Just pick a future date and stick to it. And we're going to look at creating a visibility strategy to stick to for the next 90 days. All right. I'm just going to bring up. Oops. Okay. So when looking at where you want your business to be in a few years, you want to consider things like, what platform do you want to have the most prospects or clients on? And what does your business look like? Okay, how many raving fans or followers do you want? What's engagement like? How much revenue are you going to be making? And is your business going to be a local business, global? Are you going to have a massive team? And what do you need to do today, the next day, the day after, in order to be where you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? When you're looking at creating a visibility strategy, or one of the mistakes that we make is that we don't have a plan. Okay, I'm sure you've all heard the expression, you don't have a plan, you fail to plan, you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Okay. You don't want to just be doing things all frantic and have no direction. Plus, you want to be very intentional with everything that you do. Okay. Does everyone know where their audience is? Like your ideal client? Where are they hanging out mostly? So let's start dropping that in the chat. Where would you say your ideal client is hanging out? I'm gonna see if I can open this chat here. Facebook, IG, LinkedIn. Good. Senior centers? Oh, okay. Perfect. All right. Also, another mistake that we make is we have our social media platforms, but we're not engaging. Okay. You should be spending time every single day. Because remember, all your social media platforms, it's just think of it as a community. So when you're in a community, you're supposed to be getting involved, active, engaged, just getting out there. So set aside time every day to go out and engage with your audience. So say in the morning, set aside maybe 15 minutes to go through your community, your IG community, your Facebook community, and just respond to people's posts, comment, like. This is the kind of stuff that lets people know that you're there. Okay, so this is something that you'd want to incorporate into your plan. Another mistake that we often make is we just want to get follows. A bunch of follows that aren't quality are just completely pointless. You want people who want to see your stuff, they will engage with your content. And you want people who want to get to know you. Even if they're not going to become a client, they may refer someone else. I get referrals all the time. And these are for like people come to me and I'll say, "Oh, how did you hear about me?" "Oh, well, I put it out in a Facebook group and your name came up." "Oh, that's wonderful." And prior to that, they didn't even they hadn't come across any of my platforms. Okay. And then again, not having a plan to execute, it's kind of like you're just treading water. All right. You want to make sure you have a plan. You also have to have a vision. And we're going to go through this in the worksheet. Okay. You want to set realistic goals. Okay. So have a vision of what you want your business to look like. What does it look like today compared to what you want it to look like 2 years from now? You got to set realistic goals as well. So for example, if right now you have 100 followers, you can't say, "Oh, I want 5,000 followers in a month." Unless you're going to buy all those follows, that's not realistic. And you also have to be really connected to your business and really, really believe in your message. How many people here have a mission statement, a vision statement, and core values for their business? Yeah, I see Lynn. Nobody else? Yeah, ladies, you should really have a mission statement and a vision statement. And your core values is good too. But you have to really know, in order to get to where you want to go, you have to have a vision of where that is, if that makes any sense. Because if you don't have that vision, then what are you doing from day to day? If you don't have that vision, how can you implement goals to get there? You know what I mean? It's so important to have that vision, because you'll make the goals, because it's like taking steps. You have to have a vision for where you want to be, and then you will set yourself up. Otherwise, it's like you're spinning your tires. I don't want to say you're wasting your time, but you're kind of spinning your tires, because where are you going? You want clients. Why? And of course you want clients because you want to be able to make money, but it's got to go deeper than that. Okay. And that's going to be connected to your mission and your vision. If you keep doing the same thing you're doing now, and you expect to see different results, then you're kind of kidding yourself. So again, that goes back to having a vision, right? If you don't have a vision, what are you doing? You're going to keep doing the same thing. It also keeps you on track. When you have a mission and a vision, it keeps you on track. You also have to understand the needs of your audience or what type of content they want, right? And we're going to look at all this in the homework assignment. Okay. You have to have a message that's consistent with your brand or your brand voice. So I'm not a branding expert, but I will tell you that if someone looks at, say, your website, they should be able to connect that to, oh, looks the same as her Facebook. Looks the same as her Instagram. It's the same as her LinkedIn. Okay, so your brand messaging and your brand voice needs to be the same. It needs to be consistent across all your different platforms, mediums, whatever, wherever it is that you show up, because people need to know that it's you. It's happened before where I've looked at different, people's different platforms, and I'm thinking, is this a different business they have? Because many people are like, they're multi-business owners, right? So I'm thinking, maybe this is a different business. I'm not sure. You don't want to make your prospects or your ideal clients guess. One thing I can tell you is if people, when they're deciding to work with you and they're watching you, you need to make it as easy as possible. Because if people have to do too much work, they'll just move on to the next. And this is another reason why I'm big on having systems and processes in your business. And this is just a side note, because you've got to make it easy for people to work with you. Otherwise, next, there's so much competition out there. And you got to be unique and make it easy for people to work with you. So it's important just to understand all these things when you're creating your strategy so you can be aware. If there's no awareness, there's no change. If there's no change, then you'll continue to receive the same results, which is going to make you frustrated. It's going to break down your confidence. It's going to make you discouraged, and you eventually won't be able to get your business to the point that you want. This means you're not going to manifest your dreams, or if they do, or if you do manifest your dreams, it's going to happen a lot slower than you want. And why do we not do what we're supposed to do? Why do we not have a strategy in place? Why do we not take the time? It's because maybe you were never taught. Maybe you never had the guidance. It could be your inner dialogue, past conditioning, lack of confidence. A lot of these things take time to work through and overcome, but they do stand in the way of your success more than you realize. Also, the landscape of business is changing so much today, and there's so much noise out there. There's so much information out there telling us what we should do and how to do it. It's also difficult not to compare yourself to others, especially when you're trying to learn, because you're looking for someone who's doing something similar successfully. But sometimes this can cause you to doubt yourself and play the comparison game and break down your confidence. I think someone had mentioned that a couple of days ago. I mentioned about social media, just breaking down the confidence and just having to shut it down for a bit. Okay. So in order to make a change, you need to educate yourself. You got to, do your research, decide what works for you. Education, it comes from whatever, doing workshops like this, networking, taking bits and pieces of information, and doing things like my program, my visibility strategy program, things like that. That is what I had to do to get to the point where I am. I had to invest in myself. That is never a waste of money. When you invest in yourself, It's never a waste. Also, you got to pay close attention to your audience, who they are, where they hang out, what their likes and dislikes are. Pay attention to your insights. Does anyone watch their insights on social media? Facebook, Instagram? Yeah, Rosanna? Beautiful. I really watch my insights. That's telling you who's watching you. And when you know who's watching you, you can create the messaging needed to speak to that person. Sorry, I see something coming to the chat, but I can't see it all. Mine have changed. I'm in the process of getting my, okay. Okay, good. All right. Yes, pay attention to your insights. So I'm just going to use for example, my dog business. That on Instagram, I'm always checking my insights. And a few months ago, like you should do like a review of what's going on in your business every 90 days anyway. A few months ago, I thought, okay, I'm going to check because I know so many people during COVID, they went and got COVID pets, right? So I thought this is really interesting because I noticed a different type of clientele coming in to my business, but then I also changed things. I'm making my pet sitting business more of a boutique type of business. So I'm attracting different type of clients who are willing to pay money to have quality pet care. But this different type of clients, they come with a whole different set of issues and stuff. But I noticed that even the age range has changed. So maybe even a couple of years ago, the age range for my audience was a bit older. Like I would say, I can't remember what the exact numbers are, but it was like the 40 to 60 range. I noticed it's younger now. It's like the 35-year-old range. Like it's so different. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. So now I got to think of content that's going to speak to that audience. So this is like, that's just a small example of why you should be watching your insights. Also knowing what time of the day your audience is on. What's the point in posting when they're not even there? Because you know how fast your feed gets, like Instagram feed gets cluttered up. So, and there's so many different apps that we can use to determine when our audience is on and who our audience is. But honestly, I just look at my insights and I look at them every single day. I schedule my posts and I schedule it according to the insights. Now, as I said, like there's a whole science behind posting and stuff, because you really got to understand the algorithms and whatever, like how the algorithms show things in your feed, and understand that not everyone sees your stuff. I used to think like, oh my goodness, I post something and no one likes it, no one's engaged with it. They probably didn't even see it. You think for some reason, like, well, it's there. Why wouldn't they see it? The algorithm, it's crazy how the algorithms decide who sees what. So you got to really do your research. And this is a part of investing in yourself, even if you have to do courses, just so you can understand how to do your social media. Okay, and how these algorithms work, because they're always changing. Okay. So does everyone have the homework? Or sorry, the workbook? Not the homework. The workbook? Okay. Give me a second. Michelle, are you able to put the link to the workbook in the chat?
Yep. I just did it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay. So we're just going to go through the workbook here. Okay, so yeah, welcome day 3. Congratulations for being here and for saying yes to you. And as I mentioned before, the last couple of days have just been super empowering. Okay, and you've been out there, putting yourself out there. We focused on mindset. We focused on the shifts that you need to make, connecting with your mission, telling your story, different types of storytelling. So now we're going to take everything that we learned over the past couple of days and create a visibility strategy game plan so that you'll get yourself out there. Okay, confidently and fearlessly. So why 90 days? Well, 30 days is too short of a time period to implement your plan and to test the variables and then evaluate. And because sometimes when you try different strategies, it takes more than 30 days to see results. A whole year is it's a long time just to stay motivated and focused. And 90 days is the perfect amount of time to implement, test, evaluate, make make tweaks, continue. And it's also a good amount of time to keep you engaged and focused. And as I said before, every 90 days, you should be reevaluating stuff in your business. Okay, so let's look at, decrease my window. Okay, so step 1, your vision of the future. Okay, so I want everyone to just close their eyes again. We're going to do a nice visualization. So visualize your business and where you want it to be in a year, 2 years, 5 years. Okay. Do you want to be featured in a magazine? Just think, where do you want to be? Or do you want to have a raving fan base of 1 million followers across all your platforms? Do you want 1 million views on your videos? And these are quality people, not just people who are following you for the fun of it. Quality people following you. How many clients do you have? What is your desired revenue goal? How much money are you making? What is the life that you want to lead? Do you have that dream home in mind? Luxury car? So I just like to close with a quote. In 10 years, you will surely arrive. The question is where? It's up to you. You choose. Okay. I hope you saw a beautiful vision of your future. Okay, so also a part, and again, like you guys are going to go away and do this, but in terms of your visibility, where do you want your business to be in 90 days? Okay, so I want you to think of where you want it to be just in 90 days. You're gonna get yourself out there. You're gonna prepare your content. 90 days. Think of where you are right now. For example, how often are you showing up? Are you showing up every day? If you're not, in 90 days, do you want to be the person that is showing up every day, engaging, even 15 minutes a day? Do you want to be the person who's doing lives every day? Is there a certain area that you want to focus on? Yesterday, we talked about doing something that scares you the most. And if it's posting video in 90 days, do you want to be that person who is completely and totally fearless to go out there on video or to even do live? So where do you think about where you want to be in 90 days? Okay. So you're starting with the end in mind. And remember how I talked about your vision? You have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you won't know where to go and you're not going to know how to set yourself up. So you have to have a vision. So let's go back to your vision statement. So part of your vision for your 90-day strategy, it should be connected to your vision for your business. Okay. So now that you have your vision, we're going to look at the present. So you got to look at what you're currently doing, what's working, what's not working, what are your biggest struggles. Okay. So if you're doing stuff right now and it's not getting you the results that you want, then you need to do something different. It is so simple. I mean, the concept is simple. Obviously, if you're not at the level that you want, you can't keep doing the same thing. If nothing is what you're doing, then you're going to get nothing. If little is what you're doing, you're going to get little. Okay. You got to look at what's working, what's not working. One thing that I noticed on, again, I focus on, I talk a lot about the dog business because that's where, you know, I've had the longest amount of time to test things. So I noticed that social media, like the graphics that I stick on my Instagram, just giving little bits of information about the business, they don't really get a lot of engagement. So I don't post those too much anymore. Right? I used to have someone that did my social media strategy. Well, used to do all my social media for me. And then I took it on myself. But one of the things I noticed is that those little graphics, they would hardly get any engagement. So I thought, well, people obviously they don't want to see that, right? And the algorithms aren't making it important enough to put it in front of people either. But we'll get more engagements on, you know, cute little furry dog. Okay. So if something's not working, don't keep doing it. Okay. And then also look at what your biggest struggles are. Okay. So what your biggest struggles are, and then you connect that back. Why are these my struggles? What am I resisting? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to do in order to move past this? Okay. Now we're going to look at your primary focus. Okay, so now we're on to step 3. How do you want to be visible over the next 90 days and what will be your primary focus? So look at what platform you want to focus on. Right? So there's different, we talked about showing up Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. It could be writing blog posts. It could even be, if you don't have a website, put up a website. Okay. I know a lot of people operate without a website. I'm not sure why. Personally, when I'm looking for information, I like to see that. I like to see that people have a website. I like a website. Facebook is good, but then for me, and everyone's different, but for me, if you haven't taken the time to invest in a website, taking the time and the cost of investing in a website, and it's not super expensive, then I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like I have not worked with people because they didn't even have a website. So for me, there was a lack of information. I couldn't make a decision. Okay, what type of content do you want to create in a way that you will create raving fans? Yesterday, we talked about stories. What powerful stories will you use to connect with your ideal client, your business, and how will you maximize your visibility? Okay, so use your stories. We saw already how powerful stories can be. Okay, you use those stories to connect with your ideal client. No business is unique, but you are. So use your stories. So we talked about the 5 different types of stories. There's a belief story, and that can be connected to, again, your mission, your vision, and your values of the business. People see you. We are a reflection of our business. So people will see you and they'll connect with you and your story about your beliefs, and they'll want to buy from you. You can talk about success stories, one of your own success stories, or of a client or someone that you've helped, and tie it back to your business. Authority, positioning yourself as the authority in your industry. Why people want to choose you as the most logical choice. Vulnerable stories. We did this yesterday. Stories of like your mess, your moment, your mission. Those are very vulnerable. And as you can see, just within our community here, so many people connect with it. It's just, I think vulnerable stories probably sell the best, because people are like, wow, they really get to know you, and they'll buy from you because they can relate with you. Funny and relatable stories. Everyone likes a good laugh. So even telling stories that take people back to a certain time. You could tell relatable stories from like a work experience, childhood, growing up, anything. There's so many relatable stories. Like yesterday in the chat, Amira posted a story, talking about being a single mother. I related to that because I was a struggling single mother. My daughter's 26 now, but I remember it like it was yesterday, how I struggled on my own with my daughter. I can totally relate to that story. So basically, you want to try and focus on one thing for now. You're just getting used to this. Pick a platform that you want to focus on for these next 90 days and maximize that. You can do other platforms, but I don't want you to get flustered and discouraged. So I just want you to pick one that you can focus on and do very well before you move on to the next one. You just need the strategy to gain some traction, and then you'll be off to the races. And section number 4, take action. What do you need to do different in order to create the visibility that you want? So take action. Words are great, but if you're not taking action, then it's pointless. So you need to brainstorm around what type of content to post about. Plan and schedule your posts. It's a good idea to say 1 day a month. Sit there and plan set it aside. I actually have it blocked in my calendar. I'm going to sit and do all my scheduling or schedule all my posts for like even the next 2 weeks. So it's up to you, like whatever works for you. You could do it a week out, 2 weeks out, a month out. A lot of people like to do a month. For me, a month is a lot because it gets exhausting. So I'll usually do like, say 2 weeks, but it's up to you, whatever works for you. Pick a day, stick it in your calendar, and you want to do an audit. Okay, so look at what happened the previous month. These are the types of posts I did. So you want to go into all those posts. If you're not sure how to find them, create a spreadsheet. You create that post, you grab a link from that post, you stick it in your spreadsheet, you put the date that you posted it, and then in a month, you're going back, you just click on that link, it brings you right to that post. You want to do an audit of how that post performed. So even little things like that and stuff like that is what I'm going to teach you in my program, because that gets really, really in depth. But that's just a snippet of what you need to do, the different audits that you need to do in order to determine how your posts are performing. Plan and schedule your posts using, there's so many different apps out there. I use Buffer. I'm going to look at trying other apps because I want to get an idea of how these different apps work. I know a lot of people use Hootsuite. The reason why I chose Buffer is because the person that was doing my social media before, she used Buffer, and it seemed to be the easiest. It works, but there seems to be some limitations. But you just try, and you know what? You don't even have to sign up for like a full year. Just go month to month, and if you're not happy, cancel and then try something else. You also get free trials with a lot of these. Like a lot of them will let you try free for like 7 days or 14 days. Also, yeah, I talked about scheduling time in so that you can go in and engage in your community. And whenever you feel that your audience is online, schedule time around then to go into your social media, engage, like, comment, do something, reach out to people, mention people. That's another thing. The algorithms, they like to see that you are community oriented. When you mention people in your posts, it really helps to boost up your posts. It puts it higher in the algorithm. Plus, it gets other eyes on you, because someone will see, oh, they mentioned this person who I do it all the time. I'm like, oh, who's this person? I'm like, oh, okay, I never heard of them. You know, maybe I'll follow them, see what they're all about. So when you mention people or tag people, that's another way of saying it, it actually gets more eyes on you. Okay, so that's all about. And then set a goal, and we talked about this, setting goals. What goal, reward, milestone can you set up to keep you on track and your eye on the prize? So again, you want to create a vision, and then you've got to put all these different goals in, all these different steps in place to reach your vision. But if you don't have that vision, you're just kind of floundering. It's pointless, because you got to have that vision, you got to have the goal, you got to have the intention. Okay, so that's what writing all this out is going to do for you. So there's different types of goals. There's your monthly goals, your weekly goals, and your daily goals. Okay. So I kind of covered it already. Like monthly goals can be, you know, scheduling all your content, going through, doing a sweep of all the posts that you've done, determining what works, what doesn't work. Okay. So you can do that monthly before you move on to the next month. Weekly goals, again, looking at what different types of content you want to put out there, maybe doing your research weekly to set yourself up for the next month. Okay. Weekly goals, it could be anything. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do weekly that is going to get you closer to the end goal. Okay. Weekly goals could also be, I'm going to go live in my Facebook group once a week. Set yourself up for that. Okay. And daily goals, that can be just all the little tasks that need to be done every single day that drive your business forward. And sometimes that could mean even learning stuff. So for me, for example, my daily goals when I took over my social media was just to learn how to use these apps. Like I took over my social media, it was so sudden. I was just like, oh my goodness. I went for about a week without posting because I had to learn. So every day I set aside time. I was like, okay, I got to learn this. I got to learn this. I got to learn this. And then after that, I was fine. I was off to the races. Okay. I learned it, and I'm still learning. Like I'm always learning. I'm a lifelong learner. Okay. So that's a good example of setting up daily goals. Like what do you need to do, and set aside the time. And I think I mentioned to you guys earlier that I like to, I have my big piece of paper that I stick all over my wall, and I like to write out, my monthly, actually even start with year, like this is what I want to accomplish by the end of the year. Okay. What do I need to do each month? Like say I want to have this many clients by the end of the year. I want to have this many clients each month. What do I need to do to get this many clients? Well, I need to do this monthly, weekly, then daily. You got to really, really break it down. And ladies, there is no time limit to doing this. I want you to take this strategy and take your time thinking about all of this. there is no hurry. Okay, it's a strategy and you need to take the time to brainstorm it. Okay, and I'm here for you. If you want me to look over anything, if you need some help, I'm here for you to do that. Okay. And step 6, again, it all starts with you. Who do you need to be to get the visibility results that you want? And we talked about this before. It goes back to mindset. Removing those mindset blocks and making those shifts. I want you to write it out. Who do I need to be? If you have to visualize it, just close your eyes and think of the person that you want to see and the person that you want to be who's going to get these results. And determine what are you not going to let stop you or hold you back. We have so many excuses that we put in our way. Like we put those blocks there. Do not let stuff block you. You need to move forward or you're going to stay the same and get the same results. So what are you not going to let stop you? It could be something that you let stop you all the time. If it's, you know, an excuse like, I gotta go walk the dog. You know, either shift the times that the dog needs to be walked or have someone else. Like if you have a dog that needs to be walked at the exact same time every day, shift the times or have someone else walk the dog. Do not let things stop you, especially things that you can control. And number 7, seek help. What help do you need to be successful and become more visible over the next 90 days? Think of what you need. Community, you've got a community of people. We've got a lovely community here. We can all help each other. As I said, I am more than willing to help you. I have no problem doing that. I don't mind. I will take the time to help you brainstorm. If you need help with your family, like have someone else make dinner so you can focus. Have someone else walk the dog so you can focus. What help do you need to be more successful and become more visible over the next 90 days? Do not let anything derail you, and don't go it alone. Do not let, oh, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any help. Don't let that stop you because that's just an excuse. All right, we're just about done. Any questions about that? Okay, so the challenge, ladies, the final challenge is you are going to post a video in the Lady Boss group declaring your commitment to your 90-day visibility strategy game plan and to being more visible in your business with either an I am statement or an I will statement. Sound good? Yeah. Marnie, I'm looking at you. I'm not seeing the yeah, I'm gonna do it. Come on, you can totally do this. Okay, and remember, in order for a chance to win a free spot on my course, the Visibility Authority Accelerator, Unlocking the Secrets to Becoming a Six-Figure Lady Boss, you have to participate in all 3 challenges. Okay? And you know what? I think yesterday's challenge was probably the hardest challenge. So this should be easy. Honestly, ladies, I'm so proud of all of you. I was actually worried. I was like, oh man, I hope I didn't make the challenge too hard for them. But you know what? I'm not like the type of coach that's like, oh yeah, okay, let's take it easy. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to push you out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, what's the point in having a coach? What's the point in having a coach that's just kind of like, okay, if you don't feel like it, don't worry about it. It's like, no, if you don't feel like it, why? What is stopping you? What is blocking you? You need to clear that up. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck. I'm committed to you getting results. You have to be as well. I can't be committed for you. You got to be committed. And if you are committed, I'm committed to getting you results. So today, final challenge. I just want to hear that commitment to doing your 90-day visibility strategy game plan and to be more visible in your business with a quick I am statement or an I will statement. It doesn't have to be a 10-minute long video. Just, hi, my name is Judy, and I am 110% committing to doing my 90-day visibility strategy game plan and to being more visible in my business so that clients can see me, hear me, know, like, and trust me, and buy from me. Because I am freaking awesome and I've got what it takes to serve. It doesn't have to be like that, but that's just me. I'm just, but just get it out there, whatever. I just want you to declare it. And you know why I want you to declare it? Because when you put it out there in the universe, it will happen. And you have to believe it. But you need to declare it. There's no point keeping it inside because you're not putting it out there. Like, whoever, like, I believe in a higher power. And for me, my higher power is God. God needs to hear you declare it. He needs to hear you put it out there because he needs to know that you really want it. Sorry, I'm missing the chat here. Oh, Judith, she is going to push us yelling and screaming and getting results for a business. Yeah. That's right. Oh my goodness, I'm going back to, okay. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, sorry, ladies. I'm gonna have to catch up with the chat after because I don't want to hold you here longer reading all the comments, but I'm gonna catch up with all of that after. So that's it, ladies. Any questions? This is our last day. I'd just like to open it up for a couple of minutes. Feel free to take yourself off mute. If you have anything to say, let me know how this was for you. Does this strategy seem doable? Any questions about it? Diane and I so want to help and can. If only I would put myself out there. Definition's good. Okay, does anybody have anything to say?
Thanks.
Any
Judith.
questions, ladies? Hi, Patty. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the chats and this and that. I'm not the best multitasker. Go ahead, Patty.
No, I was just going to say, I think for all of us, it's the same. Like I do share and I do posts regularly, right? I schedule them and all that, but it sometimes is a challenge to come up with something that will engage the audience and who you're trying to attract. And so, like, there's so many different ways of doing so. Like on Instagram, you can do reels and lives and all of this stuff. And it's, not comfortable for everybody. Sometimes it makes it a bit. So this challenge, I think, will help us do that more often, doing that, taking that next step, and putting ourselves out there and making ourselves more visible. Even if you're visible, you can always be more visible.
Yeah.
And visible to the right people.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think you have to just really ask yourself, like, can I be doing more? Like, am I getting results? I mean, maybe some of you are getting the results that you want and you're good. Maybe you're getting like a bunch of clients, then you're like, you've got them on a waiting list. I don't know. Right. But yeah, like if they don't know you're there, they can't buy from you. But then I also want you to think of who else you can help. Even if you don't have people buying from you and your mission is to serve, you could still be helping people just by showing up. It doesn't always have to be about sales. It's about fulfilling your purpose. We do want to make money because we have to make a living, but you know what I mean? It's about fulfilling your purpose. And sometimes keep this in mind too, which is hard to wrap your head around. Sometimes it takes 30 touch points before someone buys from you. They have to see you over and over and over and over. And this is something that I had to get used to in the beginning. I'm like, I just showed up. Why did they buy from me? It's like, no, sometimes people have to see you over and over and over. My coach that I'm working with now, she is amazing. I watched her for probably about 3 months. And that's a short period of time. I watched her for about 3 months before I decided, okay, I'm going to work with her. But I had to see, like, I watched a whole bunch of her videos. I looked at all the social proof. I just got a feel for her and her messaging. Like, is this someone that I can work with? And oh my goodness, even when I was, giving that payment, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, oh, I hope this is the right choice. Best choice I ever made. It's amazing. Amazing. But it's not like I saw her the one time. It's like, okay, I'm going to work with her. People have to see you over and over and over and over. They got to see what you're doing and stuff. So don't give up. Just keep at it.
I just wanted to say, Judith, that I've done a lot of like little mini courses like this and stuff, and they've all been fairly typical and standard. I've found that the questions that you've put on the work pages are really getting me to sort of go deeper to me. It's not, and like I am my business, but it's going deeper into why am I doing this? And really, like, what do I want to do with myself and serving? So I really appreciate that you've actually gone deeper into the whole mental side of it than just know your client, know how to market to that kind of stuff. Like, if we know who we are, then we know we can have more confidence to put ourselves out there. Like, there's been a really some big ahas for me, and I really appreciate it. And also with everybody else talking about what they've been doing, I've gotten some great ahas. So I'm really looking forward to your course.
Yay! And thank you so much. Hans has agreed. Yes. Thank you so much for that, because when I put it together, I was thinking, well, because it's supposed to be marketing, and a lot of what I do, it's based on who we are, because I know that's what's helped my business. I talk about building your business from the inside out. And I was worried, are they going to think like, what does this have to do with marketing? But I'm glad that you have that foresight to see that it starts with you. Because you got to figure out what's going on in here. Like, what's stopping me from getting the results that I want? That is like, it's huge, huge. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mhm.
I threw that one. What Lynn just said. Okay, your questions gave me more clarity.
Yeah.
Courses.
If I could give you my 2 cents, I have been on a lot of professional development courses and training throughout my bazillion years. And I really appreciated the connection on such a deeper level as well. It seems like sometimes everything smacks you upside the head at the same time, and whatever seems to be coming across your plate may be supporting what you need to learn at this particular time. And in fact, it was I was watching people's videos and I was going to post mine, and then I got stopped by technology at one point, and then I started and I didn't have enough time because I had to jump on here. But I got thinking a lot about it, and I think for me, it was a huge awakening of realizing of not feeling supported. And the whole not feeling of supported has actually come from even being a teenager, walking into a guidance office and having the guidance counselor say to me, well, if you don't know what you want to do, like, I can't help you. So here I am, someone who is so multi-talented, not having the support, not even my parents saying, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to university? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And just feeling so lost and feeling so unsupported from all the people who are supposed to be my guides, I guess. And so this whole thing has kind of come down to, well, you can do anything, but then what is that anything? It doesn't help niche down. And then, so it's going from here, going to there. And then this whole lack of support also kind of brought out the rebel in me. And it was like, well, screw you then, right? So it's been quite the journey getting to where I am now. And then I'm supporting people in some ways, but then, so it's been an eye-opener realizing that this lack of support has been so detrimental in so many ways. And then recognizing who were the ones that supported me. And then how can I support the people that in a different way than what I didn't receive? So if that makes sense. But so I thank you so much for not being like glossing over things and just being so blunt and, you know, and telling it like it is. I think we need more of that. I really do. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That's just warms my heart. Love it. Yeah, as I said, ladies, like it's my mission to help women and just to help them see that they've got what it takes and to believe them in themselves and to love themselves. And, you know, just to get yourself out there. I'm all about supporting women. I think we should just take over the world, to be honest, but
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, things would go so much smoother. No, but I love it. This is my mission. I love the feedback, and I really appreciate it because I put my heart and soul into everything, and I'm here for you. You know, like I love this Lady Boss community. It's just beautiful. There's just so many beautiful people in the community. I just love the conversation, just everything. And yeah, like words just can't express my gratitude. I'm grateful for you guys being here. All right. Well, the homework thread. Rosanna?
I was just going to say something because I am so sorry because I've missed the last couple of days. I watched the one replay. I had family stuff that's happened that I wasn't planning for, so I just going to jump on. But I wanted to say that I really do feel the support in this group in terms of the women. And also, like we're all going through stuff and sharing with each other so authentically and so raw. We all have something. We all have stories. But realizing that we're not the only ones who are going through. And I got that just from watching the replay, jumping on today. I just wanted you to know, Judith, it's been great. I wish I could have been at all 3 days, but I couldn't. But I still appreciate everything you've put out. It's awesome. I've also taken a lot of courses. In the last year especially, I've done a lot of self-discovery, sort of transformation, you know, even just within myself, just realizing. And I find just the women here and what you've put out has been awesome. I just wanted to tell you that. I enjoyed today. I wrote out the challenge from yesterday. I have it all ready. I'm going to go do my post at some point, even though I didn't see because it wasn't recorded. That's fine. I got the challenge and I'm going to still post, but I just wanted to thank you. And I felt really bad that I couldn't be there, but thank you.
Don't feel bad at all. Like it is what it is. You can only do what you can do. I totally get it. I just feel bad yesterday. I forgot to hit record. So
it happens.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, well, whatever. Thank you so much for that.
And I just wanted to say, you know, to agree with others, especially what Barbara was saying about the community, because it is such a safe area. And I realized all these women, and some I have met before, and I always thought they had all their stuff together at the networking events, but we all have fears. And by jumping off the high diving board and putting my video out there and not doing that perfectionist, you know, paralysis analysis, no one said to me, oh, Joanne, you should have, and you said that too, Judith, you know, the whole thing of my hair, no, that's doesn't matter. You know, I'm not in the hair business, right?
Yeah. Love it. Yes. That's good. Love it. It's so funny because when I got on today, it was just Michelle. And I was like, I don't know, my hair is a mess. Oh my God, it looks like crap, right? She's like, you look perfect. But I should think that way. I'm not in the hair business. Who cares about what my hair looks like? That's awesome. Great.
Can I just say something to Barbara for what she was talking about and not having support? I think there's probably more than one of us who can identify with that and relate to that. But the thing that I've realized is that all of that type of or that lack of support or whatever that was that you didn't get growing up from parents and teachers and whoever, I think it made us stronger. It's made us more, given us this strength that we can do it. Although, yes, we can ask for help, but we don't need someone else to give us the what's the word I'm trying to think of? Encouragement. We just have to realize that we just need to love ourselves enough that we don't need that. And that I think it's made, I know for myself, and I know for the ladies that I know in this group for sure, and anybody I don't know it, I'm sure it applies, but I think it's made us better people to others. It's what drives us and kind of motivates us to be there for those that didn't have that from the people that were supposed to be there for them or that we believe should have helped us. So I think, I agree with what you said, but I know for me, I don't regret the things that I've gone through or I don't, say if only. I just look at it as it was what made me who I am today, and I'm a better person for it.
Awesome. Thank you, Patty. Yeah. So true. I agree 100%. It doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so very much. The homework thread, it should be there. I scheduled it to go out at 12:15 today. So I want to hear all your I ams or I wills. Make your declaration, declare it, stick to it, take action. Okay? It's been lovely, and I will see you all in the group. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, ladies.